live in the house my husband bought, and raise his son and all the sacrifice that goes with it, because why?
Landman just shattered every record in the history of Paramount Plus and proved that the world of West Texas wildcatters is just getting started. While many big shows are struggling to stay alive right now, this series did something that rarely happens by getting an early renewal for Season 3 before the second season even finished airing. But you need to get ready because Season 3 is going to feel like a completely different show with much higher stakes. Today we're going to dive into all the secrets and the latest updates about how Season 3 is going to be different.
I just know it's not going to be this time, but you're going to be sitting here sometime in the future, laying here sometime in the future.
Why the story is moving toward a corporate war. The person who made the show, Taylor Sheridan, is known for making stories that are tough and gritty. In the first 2 seasons, we saw a lot of drama in the dirt. We saw people working on rigs and getting hurt in the oil patch. But Season 3 is going to move from the dirt into fancy boardrooms and dangerous cartel hideouts. The show is becoming more like a corporate war between billionaires. It is being described as an upstairs and downstairs story. The upstairs part is about the billionaires who make $3 billion a day in pure profit. The downstairs part is about the roughnecks who risk their lives and limbs for a paycheck. In Season 3, these two worlds are going to crash into each other in a way that is much more violent and scary than before. We are moving away from just fixing oil wells to fighting for the survival of the entire MTEX company. This change in tone is also happening because the characters are growing up and facing harder choices. Tommy Norris, who is played by Billy Bob Thornton, is no longer just a guy who fixes problems in the field. He's now the president of MTEX Oil and the executor of the family estate. This means he has to act like a corporate boss, but he still has to deal with a cartel at the same time. The actor Billy Bob Thornton has signed a deal to stay on the show for at least 4 or 5 years. He says he will keep playing Tommy until the story runs out, so we know Season 3 is just the middle of a very long and dangerous journey. But Tommy's not the only one stepping into a position of power, because there is a new queen of the oil fields who is ready to be meaner than anyone.
You think you're the only one with an army?
That's just a little nibble of what they can do.
The transformation of Cami Miller into a power broker. One of the biggest changes in Season 3 is going to be who is truly in charge. In the first season, Monty Miller was the king of the oil fields, but as we saw in the shocking finale, Monty passed away after having a heart attack. Now his wife, Cami Miller, who was played by Demi Moore, has taken over active ownership of the company. She's not going to be a quiet owner who sits in the background. She told a room full of oil executives in a big speech that she is going to be meaner and more ruthless than her husband ever was. Can you imagine how hard it is to run a giant oil company when you are surrounded by men who do not want you there? That is the battle Cami is facing. She's a full-fledged power broker now, and she is making big moves to prove she is capable. But there is a huge problem. MTEX is in major financial distress, and it appears they have almost no money on hand. They discovered that Monty was propping up their lifestyle with lines of credit and hidden accounts. This means Cami might have to make a deal with some very bad people to keep the company alive. This creates a lot of tension between Cami and Tommy. Tommy wants to do things the right way, but Cami is willing to risk everything. They are also dealing with a legal war. Some shareholders say their contracts ended when Monty died. Tommy challenged them to sue the company if they want to fight, which sets up a huge legal battle for Season 3. But even that is not as scary as the man who is trying to buy his way into the family.
I just think it's a mistake.
Well, believe it or not, I'm not sitting here asking for your fucking permission.
The Cartel and the Dark Secret of Danny Galino. Why is the drug lord so interested in the oil business? That is the question viewers will be asking all Season 3. Danny Galino, played by the famous actor Andy Garcia, has moved from being a scary shadow to a major player in the show. In the past, he saved Tommy's life after Tommy was kidnapped and tortured by other cartel members. But he did not do it because he's a nice guy. He did it because he wants to get into the oil industry. Galino is a very smart man who presents himself publicly as a legitimate financial investor. He's now pushing Cami and Tommy to take his money to fix their financial problems. If they take his money, MTEX will be in bed with a drug cartel forever. This is one of the most dangerous parts of the new story. Tommy's trying to find a way to coexist with Galino without losing his soul, but Galino has his hooks into Tommy's family in more ways than one. The cartel storyline is also linked to Tommy's son Cooper. It turns out that a company called Sonrisa funded Cooper's new oil wells. Tommy discovered that this company is actually linked to the Galino cartel. This means that even the good parts of the family business are being poisoned by drug money. In Season 3, we will see how Tommy tries to pull his son away from these dangerous people before it is too late. And if the cartel does not get them, a $400 million gamble in the ocean might.
Hi, honey.
I would seek unto God and unto God.
Do you really think I'm buying this bullshit?
Well, I would hope so, Daddy.
The high-stakes gamble of the offshore rig. Did you see the hurricane that everyone talked about? Most people thought that was the reason the offshore rig in Louisiana blew up. But Season 3 is going to reveal a much deeper and scarier secret. A geologist named Charlie Newsom discovered that the rig actually blew up before the hurricane even hit the area. This means there is something wrong with the ground underneath the rig that could cause another disaster. There is only a 10% chance that drilling there will actually make any money, but it costs $400 million just to fix the rig and get it running. This is a massive gamble that could destroy MTEX. Cami wants to take the money from the cartel to fix it right away, but the lawyers, Nate and Rebecca, want to fight the insurance company in court instead. They want to buy time for MTEX to find another way to pay for the repairs without a cartel loan. But while the business is falling apart, Tommy's home life is getting just as complicated.
What's she gonna do? Negotiate surface leases and mineral contracts? She's not a contract attorney, Tommy.
The messy relationship between Tommy and Angela. Is the Norris family finally going to be happy? It does not look like it is going to be that easy. Tommy and his ex-wife Angela have a very confusing relationship that many fans are talking about. They have been divorced for over 10 years, but they are living together and acting like they are still married. Tommy habitually calls her his wife by mistake all the time. In Season 3, they might finally get remarried to make things official once and for all. But there are new problems coming their way. Angela is still legally married to a very rich man named Russo. If Russo shows up in West Texas, it could throw a massive wrench into Tommy and Angela's second chance. Also, Angela is moving to Fort Worth to be closer to their daughter, Ainsley. Ainsley is starting college at TCU and has a spot on the cheerleading team. This means the family is moving away from the oil patch and into the big city. Then there's Tommy's father, TL, who is played by the legendary Sam Elliott. He joined the show after his wife passed away and he's now living with the family. He provides a lot of wisdom, but he also brings up painful memories about Tommy's past and his childhood. Having 3 generations of Norris men in one house is going to lead to a lot of drama in Season 3. And Tommy is not the only one feeling the pressure of family legacy.
You need to get those leases together. That's $1 billion, Monty.
Cooper Norris and the future of the oil patch. How does a young man handle making millions of dollars almost overnight? Cooper Norris is finding out that it is not as easy as it looks on television. He has successfully struck oil and is expected to make $10 million a year, but his girlfriend Ariana is scared of the danger. She's a young widow who lost her husband in a horrible oil rig explosion, and she is afraid the oil business will take Cooper away from her too. Cooper proposed to her in a very romantic way, with hundreds of rose petals and a heart made of candles. But Ariana is worried about his newfound wealth and his big ambitions. In Season 3, we will see if Cooper can be a successful oil man and a good husband at the same time. His mentor, Boss, has been in the business for 20 years and is thinking about retiring and moving away. This means Cooper might lose his protector and have to face the dangers of the patch all on his own.
If you start the conversation with "I love you," you did fucking something.
I just don't feel like I say it often enough.
When can you expect to see Season 3? I know you're excited to see what happens next with the Norris family. The good news is that we will not have to wait forever to get back into the oil fields. Sam Elliott let it slip in an interview that filming for Season 3 is expected to begin in April or May of 2026. They usually finish filming and editing in about 7 months because they work on a very fast schedule. This means we should see new episodes on Paramount Plus in November 2026. The show is staying on its regular schedule of releasing a new season every fall. Paramount Plus likes to release these episodes during the holiday season because that is when the most people have time to watch. So you should mark your calendars for late 2026 to see the conclusion of all these big stories. While we wait, there's still a lot to talk about regarding the future of MTEX and the Norris family. But I want to know what you think about all these massive updates. Do you think Cami Miller is going to be a better boss than Monty was? Or are you most excited to see if Tommy and Angela finally get remarried? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, then you should give it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, then go ahead and click the subscribe button so you never miss amazing updates like this one.
I'm tired of eating shit like Jell-O with fucking chopsticks.
You haven't even tried it yet.